welcome back to my channel, everybody. Chris Gault here, Healthy Living with Chris Gault. I'm also the author of My Journey to the Fountain of Youth, and it's a book that has a lot of great tips on how to look and feel as young as possible. And you can get that book on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description below how you can get that if you're interested. And today what I want to talk about, because I talk about everything healthy, that's all I'm all about. And one of the things that's not really that healthy is having a bunch of clutter in your house and just having it all over the place, and it'll put a lot of stress on you and it drives you crazy. And so I'm going to talk about 5 things that you could throw out today that's going to make your life a lot better. So let's get started. And before we get into the 5 things, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click on the bell notification, and that way you'll be notified every time I put out a video. But I do put out videos every Thursday on healthy living like this one, and then on every Sunday I put out a vlog. And now currently I've been putting out vlogs on my new vegan, plant-based lifestyle. So click on it, you'll be notified, and let's get to it. So I had a business, I had my own running store, and man, I had files everywhere. So I had business files, I had personal files. I had about 8 huge file cabinets filled with paper in my house. And it was just so much, and it was very hard to find sometimes. You're going through, even though you file it the right way, they're very difficult. And the day I actually bought a scanner was the best thing I did in my life. So it did take a long time to get all those documents scanned. I did get them scanned, but now it's very easy because I don't have the business. But also, now I just scan like my taxes and my just bought the house. I scanned that document. I scanned everything, and I could throw away the paper. And I don't have any paper lying around the house anymore. I don't have file cabinets. I don't have any of that, and it's all online now. And I actually will. Put a very good description of what I scan in the file name, and I also can put it into folders so that I make sure that I can find it easy. And that way, if I'm looking for taxes, I can just type in tax and bam, it pops up. Or I could type in 2020 tax and boom, it's going to pop up, and I have it. And I can just click on it, and I don't have to go shuffling through papers or anything. And it really cleans up the house. And it just gets everything on the computer, and now everything is on this little tiny laptop that I have. And I do back it up because I'm afraid, I'm a little worried that some of those documents are pretty important. I don't want to lose them, so I do back it up. But I would recommend everyone getting a fax. I have a Snap Scan. I can put in the link below how you can get one if you want to get one for yourself. But you can always go to the store, Best Buy or whatever, and you're going to find scanners. I really love the one, you can see it right here, but this Snap Scan, what is it? IX500 is the one that I have, and it just works like a charm. But again, you can get your own, or if you don't have money for a fax machine, what some people are for a scanner, what some people have used is a phone. It takes a little bit more time because it's harder to put the different names. You have to take the picture, and then you gotta get it to your computer, and you gotta change the name. So it's a little harder to do with the phone, but you can definitely do it. And that way, just hold the phone up and to take a picture of it. As long as you're taking a picture of the whole document, then you're gonna actually have that scanned, and you can get rid of the paper. So recommend that. That way, you get all the paper out of your house. You're gonna feel better because you won't have to look at it, and you have more room for other things that you can do. Okay. Scan those notes. All right, cool. In the computer. Now we all do this, and there's another healthy reason to get rid of your battery. These are all batteries, and a lot of us, they have a drawer, and you open it up, and there's batteries all over the place. But there's a couple of reasons why you want to get rid of them. Number one, they go bad. So you can always get a tester if you want, and you can test them and make sure they're still good. And if they're bad, obviously get rid of them, because have a drawer full of batteries is not good. But the second reason why you want to get rid of these is, as a battery ages, as you know, the acid will start to like come out of the battery, and that acid can be very dangerous, especially if you touch that battery and then you touch your eye. It's extremely painful and can destroy your eye, and you don't want that to happen. So make sure that you're throwing away your old batteries. You don't need them. Go buy some new ones, and every once in a while what you do is you just toss the old ones, get some new ones, and you're always going to have fresh batteries that are going to work. Because the other thing you don't want to do is open up the drawer, grab a battery that you need, put it in something, and it doesn't work because the battery's dead. So get rid of the old batteries. You'll feel better. Keep the drawer clean. Have it for something else in there. And wow. Oh, wow. I got to do something about this drawer. What's this battery doing here? It's kind of wet. What the heck is... Okay, so this next one, it's just, I don't know if it's because we think that maybe we'll use it down the road, or it's got to be valuable to somebody. But, we all have all these DVDs and CDs, and most of us have already put these things into our computers anyway. So your CDs go into your music file, and your DVDs, you can put up on your computer, and just get rid of all your DVDs and CDs, and even getting rid of the machines. There's really no reason why any of us own a DVD machine anymore. It's just just pull it up on your computer, or your TV pretty much has everything. If you want to have music, whatever, you can pull it up on your TV. Most of them have Bluetooth capabilities. You can run your phone through them. So it was just a way back a long time ago to house files that had movies and music, but there's much better ways to do that now, and much cleaner ways. So do yourself a favor, get rid of all the DVDs and CDs. Maybe if you're afraid, you don't want to throw them out because you think they're valuable, donate them to somebody, Goodwill or whatever. They can probably make use of them and have someone else buy them and hoard them. But for your house, you could definitely keep the house nice and clean, and you'll be less stressed, having a cleaner house than having all these DVDs and CDs lying around. All right. Well, you guys are in my system now, so I'm tossing you. Clean up that. Now, this is kind of a funny one because it seems like we all have unmatched socks. The sock is there, and we don't have anything to match it up with. And for some reason, we keep the sock. We keep the sock because we think maybe 5 years from now, its twin is going to come by and come home because it was out running around doing something. But the reality is that sock is not going to come around. So do yourself a favor. If you don't have a match to your sock, just get rid of it. Because that kind of drives people crazy too. And again, that can be very stressful. That you open up your drawer, you see these, you got 3 unmatched socks, and you feel for some reason that you got to fix the situation, even though you really don't have to fix the situation. But people feel like they do, and the best way to fix it is to take off those socks that don't match and just toss them in the trash, and you can always get some more socks down the road if you need new socks, and that way you have socks that actually match. One of the things you can always do is buy the same color sock too, or the same pattern, or the same whatever. I have a lot of white socks, white running socks actually, and so they, I can match them up very easily. But again, if you have unmatched socks, just get rid of them. It takes the stress off of trying to find them, and you'll feel better. Why does nothing match? Here's another one. For some reason, we always feel that when we get a new cell phone, that we have to keep the old cell phone. And unless you're an electrician and you're very tech savvy, that phone's not going to do you any good. Obviously, you've already transferred your service over to the new phone, and now you got this old phone that's just sitting around the house, and you're not doing anything with it. And again, you can get a whole drawer full of these things. And again, it's just, then you're thinking in your head, oh, do I need this? And I also have the cables to it and all this other junk. And you don't need any of it. So just get rid of it. A really good thing to do is to donate it, because then someone who can actually do something with it, because there are people out there who can take the guts out and make something out of it. Let them buy it at a decent price, and they can do what they want. But But to keep all these old phones in your house, there's just no reason to do it. And again, it just adds stress, that because you think, oh, I got this like $300 or $400 phone, I need to do something with it. But the thing that you also have to think about is, yeah, you have this $300 or $400 phone, but you had it for like 2 years, right? So, you know, it depreciated. You got the use out of it. You got the $200 or $300 or $400 use out of it. You've got the use out of the phone, and you don't need to get any more use out of it. So you could, in good conscience, you can get rid of the phone. So that's what I would recommend.
I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you, but I got a new phone and I'm done with you. I'm so sorry.
So that's all I had today. Those are the 5 things that I would recommend you taking out today. But I also would recommend a couple other things. Number one, if you haven't used a product in your house, if you haven't used something, especially clothes, let's take clothes. If you haven't worn something in 2 years, there's no reason to keep it. You're probably not going to, unless you think, okay, I'm going to use it for this. But the reality is, really be honest with yourself. Will I ever wear this thing again? And if the answer is probably not, then just donate it. Let somebody who, you know, pick it up who can use it. And you know, you're going to help them out, and you're going to help you out because you're going to get rid of it. And that would also open up a space where if you want to get something else, you can put it in there without having a big pile of stuff all over the place. So again, look at something, look at stuff and say, if I use this in the last couple of years, and if you haven't, then more than likely you can get rid of that product and feel good about it. And again, don't feel bad that you paid money for it, because you probably used it, right? You probably used it and got the money's worth out of it, and now you can feel good about giving it away, or just throwing it away if it's trash. And that way, you can move on with your life. Donating is always better, I think, because there are people who find value in some of that stuff, and so just let them pick it up at a really, really good price at Goodwill or something. That way Goodwill wins, the person who picks it up wins, and you win because you've gotten rid of it. So anyway, that's all I had today. Well, that's all I had today, and I will see you in the next video. Stay safe, everybody. Really, I know this whole coronavirus is still going around out there, so I wish everyone to be as safe as possible. And don't worry, it won't be long. We'll get through this. We get through everything. Life throws you curves, and but you can get past it, and I know we all will, and we'll be back to life as normal soon. Anyway, that's all I had to say, and I will see you in the next video. If you like this video, please click on the thumbs up button, and also please subscribe and click on the notification button to get all this great content that's coming up every week. Thank you.